And I think we are live again. Hey, it's Wei from the Six Figure Academy, and welcome to another episode of the Happy Snack at Noon. If this is your first time joining us, this is the weekly short little happy snacks, which is primarily focused on what? Happiness, right? Things to create happiness. But if this is your first time joining us at the Six Figure Academy, this is where we do things or create content, have programs and services that help you create more money flow, optimize your mindset, but most importantly, create life mastery around success and happiness and helping you unlock your unique code for all that. And through these little happy snacks, that's what it is. And so if you don't want to make sure that you miss any of these in the future, make sure you subscribe, hit notification bell, and all that fun stuff. But anyway, today's topic, we're going to the happy snack. We're going to talk about this common perception now because we live in a fantastic time. Because what has happened over the past year and a half, maybe two now, is that humanity as a whole has been inspired to move away from the shackles of perceptions that the only way to create success or have a career is to work for somebody else. And though the idea of entrepreneurship, the idea of having to have your own business is not an old one, having the gumption and the opportunity, or maybe in a forced circumstance, which is what a lot of us experienced in the past year and a half or two, to then have the freedom to kind of do so, the space to do so, which is why the topic this week is I want to start a business, but then I hear this a lot, but I'm not really good at anything. When I hear that, I look at that person, and I've heard this in person, is like, I really don't know what value I have. And here I am, the way I look at every human being on the planet is that every human being is uniquely valuable. And there's just so much potential that lives within every human being. I get excited simply talking to anyone who has any idea or thoughts about anything. And we live in a fantastic time right now where you could make money or create a business around just about anything. And I do this in the inner programs, and I share all these different business ideas that have made millions. I mean, there's literally a company out there, for example, that has plastic wishbones. You sell plastic, the wishbones that you pull apart and make a wish. There's literally boxes of that, and that generates millions every single year. There's a whole separate business where people go around going to people's houses. It's called Pet Butler. You go there and you pick up dog poo. And that's a service. Now you think about it like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. But if you think about it, it's like, how hard is it to pick up dog poo? You have the right tools in place. You don't have to use your hands. You use a scooper, pooper scooper, and then put it up, and you just make it into a business. So the point I'm trying to make this is if you are one of those people that happen to be saying, I want to start a business, great, but I'm not good at anything. Well, let me be the first to say there's absolutely something that you're good at. And you know what? Look at the world that YouTube has created. The whole concept of content creation and being an influencer. And a lot of these influencers, all they are doing is inspiring people by sharing aspects of their own daily living, the thoughts that run through their head. And I'm not talking just about people who are motivational speakers or people who are inspirational. There are people who are struggling in life, but just because they're willing to share the neurosis or the challenges that they're going through and how they're approaching it, that in and of itself inspires people by letting people know who are also potentially going through the same thing that they are not alone. Just feeling that you're not alone in the challenges you're dealing in life is inspirational in itself. And the beautiful world that we live in right now has afforded those individuals the ability to monetize content that you're putting out there. You can show ads, serve ads, and make money that way. You can apply, things that you buy on Amazon. You can create affiliate links, and then Amazon will pay you a little bit for just sharing that. I mean, if you buy stuff on Amazon, you have something that you can do to create a business out of. And we're not talking just about traditional business. So you might want to think about breaking away from that idea that a business is you got a storefront, you got to have a cash register, you got to have products, and you got to sell it. No, business as we know it is not the usual. Business as we know it to be or used to know it to be from decades ago is not usual anymore. Technology, social media and companies have afforded us the ability to monetize anything. Anybody can create a business that works. So how do we do this? If you have the perception that you want to start a business, but don't think that you're good at anything, start with what you already do every single day. Start with what you already buy every single day. How many times have you looked up a review for a particular product that you ended up buying or not buying as a result of that review? What if you can take everything that you purchased in the past year, because a lot of us purchased a lot of things on Amazon because a lot of us couldn't do anything last year, and you take each and one of those things and you created a review on it. If you don't like being on camera, you write a blog post about it. If you don't mind being on camera, do a visual review, right? Someone will find that. Just recently, I have yet to put it out there on my personal channel, but I recorded a review of this brand new espresso machine that I bought on Amazon, where this brand was all over Amazon and had really, relatively good reviews. And so I decided to go on YouTube to see if I can find videos on it. And there were literally like 3, maybe 4 videos, relevant videos that were not from the company itself talking about the machine. I said, what the heck? Well, I'll just make a review on the same machine, on the same brand, or on a different model of it, because hopefully that can help someone do that, okay? Now, the question then comes up is, well, how soon can I realize profits or revenue? This is where you want to observe, and this is what has this excuse that you're not good at anything, that why that's in play, is the idea of, well, I don't know how to make money off of doing that, or when will I make enough money so I can make this my full-time gig? And that's where it gets a little tricky. But having the perception that you're not good at anything keeps you from getting to that point where you can have that conversation or look for resources or find solutions for that challenge of, how do I monetize and how do I get to a point where the money flows enough for me to do it full time? We live in what we call a passion economy or passion-driven economy. And a lot of the younger generations have coined that or facilitated the coining of that phrase. Where we're seeing a lot of these younger generations hitting a stopping block is they identify what they're passionate about. They know basically how the monetization piece works, but they're not fully monetizing. Or they're turned their passion into work to a point where they're not even passionate about it anymore. And this is where we start to see bad money stories being activated, deeper mentally emotional blocks that are being activated that will show up in any type of career choice that one would make. But before I go diving too deep into that, basically what I want to say is, if you say, I want to start a business, but I'm not good at anything, you want to start a business, great. If you're not good at anything, start with what you already are doing every single day. You would be surprised that things that you are passionate about, things that you like to do, heck, if what you like to do is Netflix, or what you like to do is watching anime, or if what you like to do is play video games, you can use that and turn it into a business. You become what a streamer business. Okay, you become a full-time streamer. If you like playing video games, and if there are parents watching this and they have kids that want to be a streamer, okay, listen, if they're okay with playing 10 hours a day and committing to it, then great. Then encourage them to do that, because they can totally monetize off of it, okay? The key is they just have to talk a lot while they're playing the game instead of just quietly playing the game. They have to turn it into they have to approach it in a certain type of way. What I love about what I do every single day is that I can help my students and clients take these ideas that they think they can't make money off of and be able to find a monetization path, okay? A monetization framework. So once you decide what it is that you're passionate about, what you like to do, what are some of your hobbies, just make a whole huge list of everything that you like to do. Because here's the thing, we can make money doing anything these days, so why do something that you don't like? This is what a lot of people woke up to this past year and a half, okay? So make a list of everything that you love to do, okay? And then start making a list of all the different ways that you can monetize that, whether that's through the form of influencer, whether through the form of doing reviews, whether in the form of just talking about it and sharing about it and doing a vlog. anything, or maybe creating a better solution or a bigger, better mousetrap for that product. If you have a product and you want to figure out how to create a prototype, that's what 3D printers are good for. Maybe learn how to use a 3D printer and then start to create and print prototypes so that you can test to see if your idea for this bigger, better mousetrap of a product will work. There's so many different ways if you only knew what was possible, because like I said, technology has afforded us the ability to make anything possible. So if you are still sticking to that you're not good at anything, I would venture to say that it has nothing to do whether or not you are good at anything, but a belief or an excuse or a story that you've bought into to keep yourself stuck or down and feeding a belief that maybe you're not good enough or maybe you're not worth it. You unlock that piece, that statement that I'm not good at anything, so I can't start a business, will no longer apply. It will no longer emanate from your lips or even percolate your thoughts. So, my happy snack to you is that if this truly is a reason, an excuse, and has been keeping you from starting a business, and you truly want to start a business and you really want to do that, then I would venture to say it's not about the strategy. It's not about the how the business or how to monetize. It's about what lies deep within here that is making it okay for you to keep yourself down and say that you're not good at anything. Because I'll tell you right now, I guarantee any human being that shows up in front of our programs or our system, I can guarantee we can find something that you're good at that you can actually make a business out of. And that's not, not everybody can guarantee that, but we can, because we've done it over and over again, because we have the technology. $6 million man. No. I don't know if anybody even gets that reference. Anyway, with that being said, that is the happy snack. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have your thoughts or want to actually, if you have the same struggle and want a little guidance, we could even start in the comments below. Start making the comments like, hey, I don't know what I'm good at. Here are some of my hobbies. I don't know what I'm good at. Here's what I like to do. How can I turn this into a business? Let's start the conversation there. Or you could just reach out to us via email or join on one of our social media platforms or join our Money Lab group, anything. There's so many different ways. But the best way to start is to subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment below. If you liked it, give a thumbs up. If you didn't like what I talked about, hey, give me a thumbs down. At least give me some feedback so I know what kind of happy snacks work and what kind of happy snacks don't. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys next week on the flip side for another happy snack at noon.